Hello everyone. So continuing to the Konflux video series, we are on the third part now where we will be onboarding our first application. So in first two videos, we discussed about Konflux, how we can install it in OCP. And after that, we configured the GitHub account with the webhook URL secrets and the registry secrets in OCP cluster. So yeah, in the same reference guide on this 14th section number of onboarding application, we will be following this same set of steps. So first of all, we need to create this particular CRD in our cluster, like application CRD. So let's log in to our cluster first of all on the web console. Also get route. Let's see, and I will grab for console. So this is my web console URL. And I will log in with my credentials. Okay, so before creating the application CRD, I will go to the ecosystem tab, install operator, and in the pipelines, I will enable the console plugin as it is required so we can monitor all the pipeline stuff, like what exactly is happening in the pipelines, at which step the pipeline is. So I will enable this and we will automatically get logged out of the web console. Then this console plugin will be enabled and like reflecting the changes. So yeah, about the application and component part. So application is nothing, just like we are segregating the particular components which will be getting tied to this application part. So with the application CRD, we are just giving it a name and in which namespace it will be created. And in the component, for which repository we want to set up the CI/CD pipelines. So in this example, we are going ahead with the test repository. So this test repository is provided by the official Konflux org itself. So first of all, what we can do before creating any application and all, we will be going to this particular test repo and we will fork it to our GitHub account with the same name and the description. So yeah, the forking process is going on. It is completed now. And to be on safer side, what we can do, we can go to the account settings again and in the applications, then click on configure for the GitHub app that we created earlier. And instead of all repository, we can select the specific repository that we forked, which is the test repo, and save the changes. All right. So let's come to the repositories. So this is the test repo, which will be like our application onboarding in this particular video. And let me log back into my cluster. Okay, so now let's start with the CRDs. So I will just click on this plus icon and click on import YAML. And here we can just copy paste these two YAMLs and modify it accordingly. So I will keep the application part as it is. And for this component part, we need to change the repository here to the test repo that we just forked. And the container image, like where exactly the image will be pushed to. So I will specify my account here, the QA account. And before creating this, we need to give the required permissions as well to the robot account that we created earlier. So what I can do in the repository, first I will create a new repo with the same name, test repo, that we are specifying in the application YAML. And either it can be public or private. Ideally, it should be private, but I'm just selecting it as a public. Create the repository. And now in the account settings for this robot account, I will set the repository permissions and I will give it permission for this repository as an admin. All right, so the permissions have been updated now. And yeah, So qa.io, the account name origin, and then the repository name, and then we can create it. So both the objects are created now. And now what we have to do, we have to wait for a pull request to be there. So a pull request will be there automatically, because as soon as we create the component, it triggers a pull request, because build services registering all these changes behind the scenes and pipeline as a code getting triggered. So as you can see, a pull request is there. So this pull request is just adding .tekton directory in this GitHub repo with these two files, like the pull request and the push YAML. And if I go back to the web console under the pipeline sections, select all projects and pipeline runs. So as you can see, there is a new pipeline run is there, and all these steps are going on. Okay, so yeah, we need to wait for this pipeline to complete, because it will be creating a snapshot and pushing the image. Once that pipeline run succeeds, we will be merging this pull request. So all those things are explained here. And as I explained earlier, the Tektons are working behind the scenes for Conflux. So if I go to the project default tenant, and if I run get pod, so you can see uh, that container and all are coming up related to the pipeline. And if I run get pipeline run, so that particular pipeline run is there. And we can verify a few other things as well, like get tasks. So no tasks are there, task runs. So yeah, task run is there for this on pull request. So yeah, we just need to wait for this particular pipeline run to get completed. And we can monitor the same thing from the Konflux UI as well. So here under the namespaces, if I go to the default tenant and then the application that we created, and in the activity tab, we can see the like latest commits or pipeline runs. So the latest commit is there in the main branch. So from here you can just click on it and see what is the latest changes. So it shows everything, like whatever merge requests or commits are there, everything. So yeah, and in the pipeline run, we can monitor the same thing. The pipeline run is there, and it is at this particular stage now. And if we go to that pull request, so you can see the same thing. The CI/CD is going on, and we can click on few more details for it, and it provides this command as well to verify the logs of that particular pipeline run, and we can run it in the terminal as well. So you can see all those logs are visible now. So yeah, let's wait for this particular pipeline run to complete. And even side by side, like you can verify the logs of these particular task over the pipeline run details itself. So if I click on init, you can see all the logs are there for each and every like stage. So for the clone repository, it's cloning the code and everything, prefetching the dependencies. So right now it's not showing any logs because the pod is still initializing. So if I hit Control C here and run get pod, yeah, as you can see, All right, so the pipeline run completed successfully, and like all the logs and all can be verified from here as well for each and every task run. And even we can verify this particular sme.io channel. So you will see all the events, all the push events, those things here. Since this particular pipeline run succeeded, we can see the same here. All checks have been succeeded, and we can merge the pull request. So basically, this first pipeline run was there to like verify if whatever files and everything are correct or not to result into a successful container image build. So that automatic pipeline run was triggered. Snapshot gets created automatically. So here it is. And one of the successful container image is already pushed to this repository. If we go to this repository and tags, so as you can see, all these things are there. And we will discuss about these .spo and attribute all those things in the upcoming part. And we will also discuss about this pipeline steps, like what these steps are exactly doing, what is exactly happening in a bit detail. So yeah, once the pipeline run succeeded, we can merge this pull request now. And after merging this pull request, another pipeline run will be there. Since like it is kind of a change, we can say, to the repository, new file changes are there. So definitely the pipeline trigger should be there. So if I go to the Konflux dashboard, again, applications, my first applications activity. So as you can see here, merge pull request pipeline run is already there. And if I open this, so it will show me the same thing, like these files have been committed now. And if I click on pipeline runs, so here it is. And yeah, so the same steps will be there for it. And we just need to wait for it to complete. And meanwhile, in the reference guide, we can see here the same thing has been mentioned, like the auto-generated PR must be approved once it completes successfully. And when the pull request is there, we can verify the component for any changes. So it indicates like the pull request was there, whether it was merged or not. And the repository CR gets created automatically once you create the component. So this is the repository CR. And like we can describe it. So yeah. And we can observe the pipeline run as well from the terminal that we were doing from the UI. So this particular pipeline run is there after merging the pull request. And with the tcan binary as well, you can monitor the logs. So this tcan binary and everything was covered in the Tekton's YouTube series, for which I will share the link in the description. And we need to wait until the pipeline run completes and all. So yeah, it's still running. And yeah, the snapshot and everything can be verified. So let's wait for the pipeline run to complete. So this one will succeed very quickly because right now the required images for all those task run pods are already present on the node, since this is a single node locally deployed OpenShift pod cluster. All right, so this particular pipeline run also completed successfully. And even if we now refresh this particular qa.io image registry page, we'll say the new image push will be there, as you can see. So a new image is pushed. And from this reference guide, we can just verify the snapshot. The latest snapshot is this one, 15 seconds ago. And we can get the image URL and digest with the help of this particular command. So in this PR underscore name, we are just getting the latest pipeline run name, which is the push pipeline run, and the image URL and digest from that pipeline run results. So yeah, so this is the latest image which was pushed to the QA.io registry. So yeah, this was it for this onboarding application part. And in the next video, we will discuss about the pipeline, like what exactly these pipelines were, what tasks were there, what exactly was going on. So yeah, thanks a lot.